The first thing we're doing, we currently have a case manager that works Monday through Friday with our homeless liaison officer. This case manager is someone who works with the homeless to try to offer services and get them into housing. So during the last 3 months, we've been able to house 6 people who were previously homeless. However, we realize that's just a drop in the bucket. And so we will be expanding our case management so that we have people working on the weekends. We'll also have more presence at night. And again, the case managers, their whole goal is to get people to accept services and get off of the streets. Now, we do realize that some of the homeless are service resistant, and for them, we're dealing with enforcement issues. And so the Sheriff's Department does have a team, a homeless outreach team that's dedicated to South County. They spend quite a bit of time in Lake Forest. Over the previous 3 months period, they made 66 arrests and they issued 58 citations. And so they are actively working at the corner of Rockfield and El Toro. Now, we can continue to have their presence because we do realize some homeless simply are service resistant, unfortunately. What we've found is that it takes up to 20 contacts with one person to get them to accept services. But we're going to continue to do that because we realize this is a huge issue for the community. And so what we are starting is a new campaign in our community. And the whole point of that is it's not helping anyone if you give money to one particular homeless person. It helps if you give your funds to service organizations that are helping to make a change, like Families Forward, like South County Outreach, that are working with them to get them out of this cycle of homelessness and into housing. The next thing we're doing is maintenance at the Arbors. So twice a week we are hosing it off, and twice a month we're power washing, which means everybody has to move all of their stuff out so we can make sure that we don't have any health concerns there. Now, we're clearly hearing from the community that they want to see a physical change at the Arbors. So we have hired a landscape architect to help work with us to reimagine what could those arbors look like. How could it still be a aesthetically pleasing entry to the community, but not necessarily be somewhere where people can hide and do drugs? And so we will be having a community meeting sometime in October. We don't have a date yet, we're still working on this, where residents can come in and tell us, what do you want to see at the Arbors? You know, the suggestion for cameras, for lights, that's the kind of feedback we're looking for. So we can make that continue to be an attractive entrance to our community, but not necessarily have the effects of homeless people doing illegal things there. Next, I'll turn it over to our city attorney. He's going to talk about the Boise case and what limitations we have there.
Mr. Mayor, council members, and residents, as was noted by one of the speakers, we are in the western states somewhat limited in terms of enforcement by a Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal case, Martin v. Boise. As was noted, this only impacts the western United States because it was out of the Ninth Circuit. What that case says is that a city cannot enforce its anti-camping ordinance. Those ordinances are in place to prohibit camping in public unless it has enough shelter beds to house every single homeless person in its most recent point in time count.
So just to close, I'd like the residents to know we definitely hear you. We also have all of this information that I just covered is on our website, and if you are interested in attending that public meeting that we are planning for mid-October, please look at the website so we can have further conversations about this.